And we're back for the fourth of the Gospels. So we'll be dealing with John today. It's, again, traditionally attributed to John, who John says throughout the book of John, the disciple whom Jesus loved. Imagine being a disciple with him, right? It's just like a little brother. Well, mommy loves me more, right? But the date's around the 90s of AD, which was kind of as the last gospel was written. And so we have this one. The key theme is going to be that Jesus is God himself, the only Savior of the world. So while you have Matthew, Mark, and Luke, which are called the Synoptic Gospels, in other words, they have lots of similarities, they fit and well in together, the book of John stands alone. This gospel is going to downplay Jesus' parables. In fact, none of them are recorded in the book of John. It will not talk much about miracles. I think there's 7 of them that are in there. So instead, John's going to provide more of an extensive treatment of Jesus' reasons for coming to earth. So I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. He'll talk about his intimate relationship with God the Father. He'll talk about his own feelings towards the cross and doing what God had for him to do. John gives some special treatment or some special emphasis, to Jesus' treatment of Thomas, who was one of the doubting disciples, and those who doubted the resurrection, and also with Peter, who denied the Lord 3 times. So he gives kind of a little bit more intimate look into how Jesus dealt with those. Some of the quotable verses, John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, not a God, by the way. The Word was God. John 3:16, you all know it. My wife was actually singing this song a couple days ago to my girl to help her help her memorize it, Kaya. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. One of the unique things about John is this is the only book to record Jesus' very first miracle, which was turning the water into wine in Cana at that wedding. So it's only recorded in John's gospel. So is also the raising of Lazarus from the dead, his healing of a man born blind, and his long distance healing of a nobleman's son. So he's got a couple of these things in there. It's also the only gospel to mention Nicodemus. Was a wee little man, and a wee little man was he, that guy. So it only mentions him as well. The way that I love how this guy, who we've kind of followed the book for, answers the so what question. He gives the verse, chapter 20, verse 31 of John. These are written that ye might believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing ye might have life through his name. So what do we walk away when we look through John? Man, we walk away that these things are written that we might believe and know that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that we might believe in his name so that we have everlasting life. That's why we tell people to start reading in the book of John, because it's an encouragement, it's great, and it'll pump you up to go out and tell people about the gospel. The teen of the day today is Abby Everling. She's been with us a couple times. Pray that she has a great day. She's graduated from high school, so pray that she's having a good day at work and just will be a light for Christ wherever she is. Have a good day.